Missing Nova Scotia children were assessed by Child Welfare Agency months before disappearance. Ain't that something? So let me read it to you guys. Nova Scotia's Child Protection Agency investigated the living conditions of Jack and Lilly Sullivan months before their mysterious disappearance from a rural part of the province in early May. A case file that has been reviewed by the minister responsible for child welfare. Scott Armstrong, Nova Scotia's Minister of Opportunities and Social Development, confirmed in an interview that the agency had a file on the children prior to their disappearance. Of course, people. And I have already analyzed Logan's statements, and so that I already knew that. I have brought it up already a few weeks ago that her language indicated exactly that. We have been dealing with that. This is an ongoing thing. But said it would be inappropriate for him to discuss the agency's findings. Of course, dude. Shut up. Inappropriate. It's a missing child's case, man. And people, yada, yada. With Jack and Lily still missing and a police investigation underway, it's not the right time to dissect the agency's prior involvement, Mr. Armstrong said. Well, they're leaking this for a reason right now. Because I think, in my opinion, they're hinting at, hey, it happened in the home. So when they're offering a $150,000 reward, it's really saying, yeah, so look in this direction here. At least they're planting a seed where people are like, oh, okay, I think I get it, without them saying it directly. We have no idea where those kids are, and we should be focused on helping them and finding them and supporting this family, he said. Yeah, the family, right? Okay, yes, yada, 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 yada. As we have seen, I have discussed before, and then Daniel is the one who told us how much of a suspect was, where he was asked, did you, or he was told, I forgot the exact wording, if they said, you killed them. Very different from what they said in public, right? Very different. But this is important to notice, that we don't really pay attention to their official press releases, press conferences, which I don't. I detected deception immediately there, which is common when you have official statements or political statements and so on. they're always laced with red flags most of the time. We have no idea where those kids are, and we should be asked whether a review has been ordered into this agency's prior interaction with the children. He said, as minister, I've seen a report. I'll talk to that. I've personally seen the report. I asked for it, he said. I am aware of how our department was involved in this. Okay, great. Thank you, Julia. Very vague, but at least something, right? He added, I think we should be focused more on those kids than we are on looking to blame somebody. Oh, Jesus, ain't that sweet? Ain't that sweet? No, you are the ones. Never mind. Mr. Armstrong said there may come a point when the agency's involvement with the children is deserving of more scrutiny, but now, 7 weeks into the disappearance, it's not. Yeah, why don't you let us make this decision on our own? Because as I said before, when it comes to missing children's cases, my attitude has never been, well, let the police handle it and they know what they're doing. Sometimes they are doing it, but they're not able to tell you what they're really thinking. Daniel Martel, who was in a common law relationship with the children's mother and was living with them when they went missing, told the Globe and Mail in an interview in May that a social worker with Child Protective Services visited the home several months ago. Really? Really? Did you guys catch that back then? Please link me. I am firetown@gmail.com. Send it to me if you actually. I want to know what I may have missed. The visit was prompted by concerns that had been relayed by someone at the children's school and related to the developmental delays, Mr. Martell said. Ah, yeah. Mr. Martell said, I'm sure that was not the only reason, but now we realize why so early on they talked about possible autism. Hey, just in case you guys hear anything about, concerns and so on. No, 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 it's genetic. They have autism. The children's mother, Malaya Brooks Murray, said she had no comment in relation to Child Protective Services involvement with Lily and Jack. Yeah, she has no comments, I know. Mr. Mattel has said he had nothing to do with the children's disappearance and has nothing to hide. I'm keeping the story alive and keeping everyone's hopes up, not just my own. Ooh, what a statement, right? I'm keeping the story alive. The narrative. He will make sure the narrative is out there. That's what he's fighting for. Don't look at the evidence. Don't look at the developments. Keep hearing my damn story that I've been telling to you from very early on, because I want that to be the impression that you have of what actually took place. I'm keeping everyone's hopes up, not just my own. Remember, was that polygraph? Why do you think you need it? Oh, it's not just on me, it's on everyone. He loves to use everyone because in reality, it's just about his own, his hope not to be caught, not to be discovered. Mr. Mattel told the Globe in May. He also said Miss Brooks Murray had no involvement in the disappearance. Yeah, I know Malaya has nothing to do with anything. Oh my God, look at this. When you start with I know, I want to hear Malaya had nothing to do with this, but with anything. Look how broad and how vague he keeps that. It's easier for him to lie like that, not to lie too directly. She had nothing to do with anything. Did she have to do with getting the kids ready to school for school? Did she have no? How you say when you keep it this vague with anything, that can also be a flag. And in this particular case, it is. Looking at the context here. Child welfare authorities investigate when a report of suspected abuse or neglect is received by the agency. In Nova Scotia, every person has a legal obligation to report concerns of suspected abuse or neglect of a child. The law stipulates that teachers and other childcare workers have an added duty to report. And remember, they interviewed so many people, especially from that school. And as Daniel told us, oh, he was a suspect, not just a person of interest. Didn't he say they said to him, you killed these children? The disappearance of Jack and Lilly has prompted one of the largest ground searches in the province's history, I'd say. Miss Brooks Murray told police that Lily 6 and Jack 4 wandered away from their home in Lansdowne on May 2, while she and Mr. Martell, her then common-law partner, were sleeping. No, they didn't wander away. That's why she avoided the courts. Watch my older videos if you want to know what I'm talking about. Earlier that same morning, around 6:15 a.m., also reported both children would be absent from school. According to Mr. Martell, he told the Globe that Lily had a cough and Jack was kept home as a precaution. Yeah, and the day before, when they were home, they were talking his ear off and they were being wild. The RCMP's Major Crime Division involved since day 2 of the search. Interesting, right? So the second day, on May 3rd, they came in. Before May 2nd, it was just people helping with the search, right? Has since seized electronic devices from the children's home, conducted polygraph tests, analyzed hours of video footage from the road outside their residence, and searched septic systems in abandoned mine shafts in the area. Waste of time. So far, the children appear to have disappeared without a trace. A division whose primary role is to investigate foul play. But then again, maybe the camera has. We don't know, but he knows all the back roads. Is to investigate foul play and homicides. Has repeatedly said there is no evidence the children were abducted. The day after the children were reported missing, this is from the Globes and Mail. The day after the children were reported missing, Brooks Murray left her home in Lansdowne. She cut off contact with Mr. Patel and later changed her Facebook status to single. This is such a red flag already, people. Even though we have discussed this again and again and again, in a situation like this, people, even if they don't like each other, they stick together, support each other, and they don't leave the home that the children supposedly disappeared from unless they have been transported far away, and Malaya knows it. Nova Scotia and Ontario are the only two provinces without a child and youth advocate. Oh my God. Both provinces rely on provincial ombudsmen to impartially investigate complaints related to child welfare. However, these watchdogs are also responsible for reviewing many other agencies and departments. The role of a child and youth advocate is dedicated to advocating for and protecting the rights of children. Oh, isn't he lucky that Nova Scotia doesn't have that? The office may also review and investigate deaths or injuries of children receiving government services. So maybe that is also one of the reasons why they had reports, but they didn't really follow up too much on them, right? Right. The role of a child and youth advocate is dedicated to advocating for and protecting the rights of children. The office may also review and investigate deaths or injuries of children recovering government services. More than a year ago, Nova Scotia's progressive conservative government introduced legislation to create a dedicated office that would be an independent voice for the rights of children. Yeah, please do. But the initiative has not moved forward. Well, maybe now it will move forward, and maybe you should name it the Jack and Lilly Sullivan program or something like that, right? Would make a lot of sense. After all, the Amber Alert is also named after Amber, forgot her last name, the case decades ago in the United States. So maybe there should be something new, and it should be named after Jack and Lilly Sullivan, whether or not there's going to be a result in this case. Mr. Armstrong said he's personally committed in creating such an office and hopes to be able to share more details in the fall. The minister also said his department has taken steps to reduce the workload of child welfare staff, including improving recruitment efforts for new social workers and adding administrative roles to reduce paperwork done by frontline employees. On Thursday, the province announced a reward of up to $150,000 for anyone who comes forward with information about the missing children. So there you have it, people. Again, it is a shame. Not a shame, it's a law. I don't care. But it is just a sad thing that we don't have any more information about this. Missing Nova Scotia children were assessed by Child Welfare Agency months before disappearance. Something's been going on. Logan already had told us we need more details. Thank you for watching. I'm Mike the Man.